Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the film The Black Phone. Fun fact, this film is adapted from a short story by Joe Hill, who is the son of famous horror writer Stephen King. This movie came out in 2022 and stars Mason Thames, Madeleine McGraw, and Ethan Hawke and was directed by Scott Derrickson. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The Black Phone tells of how a small town in Denver is rocked by the disappearances of kids at the hands of a serial child abductor called the Grabber. Finney is abducted, and while there, he starts getting hints from the other kids before him who have died on how to survive this ordeal. Finney must find a way to learn from these dead kids' mistakes and free himself from the Grabber. The Black Phone is a horror suspense film. It has similar vibes to Sinister, The Silence of the Lambs, or It. This movie honestly reminded me of why I enjoy going to the movies. It's one of those movies that you watch and you get really immersed in the story and has you on the edge of your seat and you kind of forget everything else going on outside of the theater because you're so invested in how this movie is going to play out. Gwen was so freaking funny in this movie, and the cops would have never known about where to find the killer without her. I just love how she's always looking out for her brother, no matter what. I honestly thought that Gwen was just going to help the police find the grabber, and that they would just arrest him right before, he was going to kill Finney. I was pleasantly surprised that instead, they had her locate the dead bodies and Finney would fight the grabber, and the ghost kids even taunted the grabber and they tell him Finney's arm is mint, and in that moment, Finney breaks his neck, and it was just great to see, and then he just walks out of the house and the police are across the street looking at the bodies, and happy endings. It was sad seeing Finney get captured, and honestly, I did not think that he was going to make it out alive. I'm glad that the ghost helped him realize that he had a chance and don't give up. And then in the end, they showed him that he has to fight for his life in order to survive. Ethan Hawke was so creepy as the grabber. His mask reminded me of the mayor from The Nightmare Before Christmas because it would change to match, how he was feeling. So I knew that the ghosts were going to be helping him, but I didn't realize that some of the reveals were going to be so scary. It caught me off guard seeing them with their scars and how they just popped up out of nowhere, but it also really led to the suspense and, really had my heart racing throughout the film. I love how there was a supernatural vibe with Gwen's dreams and how she was able to live through the dead kids to find out where they were. During this time period, the 70s, there was no cell phones and there was no social media, so finding these kids quickly and locating the bodies was tough work, and that was not easy. And adding this element really helped not only to find Finney, but also to help find these dead bodies. My favorite part about this movie was how they had all the dead kids share their experiences with Finney to ensure that he got out. In the end, Finney is about to be killed, but he uses a little of what everyone told him to ensure that he gets out and traps the grabber. It was cool to see them work together, but also the scenes with the ghosts added to this horror and supernatural vibes of this film. The Black Phone is a great suspenseful horror film. The story keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it is bolstered by some amazing actors. If you haven't seen The Black Phone, then I highly suggest that you go and watch. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.